Welcome back. This is Marc Rudov. A couple of days ago, I saw this headline on The Federalist. U.S. universities have blood on their hands in latest violence against Jews. Well, this is just a continuation of the Jew-hating saga on college campuses in this country and, frankly, worldwide. You might remember this graphic I posted months ago. Consequences of bad parenting. Spoiled kids who know nothing and hate everything. You see, if you are not a good parent and you have empty children, empty heads, empty hearts, their professors, their radical professors, are going to radicalize them. And what has become very evident about all these riots all over America is most of the kids come from very wealthy homes. And that's the irony, isn't it? You see, these homes are empty. The parents are empty. They're shallow. They're materialistic. And they don't teach anything to their kids. They spoil their kids rotten. The kids control their homes. And so they're searching for something to fill their lives, and they're filling it with hatred. I've been watching this series on Apple TV Plus starring Jon Hamm. In fact, that's the title of today's episode. Jon Hamm's TV series and campus radicalism. The series is called Your Friends and Neighbors. And I find it spellbinding because it's so accurate, well written, well acted. And you see all of the homes in this fictitious town called Westmont up in Westchester County, New York. And they're trying to outdo each other all the time, but their lives are very empty. I'm not going to spoil the plot. But one night, Andy Cooper, Coop, played by Jon Hamm, and Barney Choi, played by Hoon Lee, go to New York City to get wasted on alcohol and cocaine. And afterwards, they come back to their golf club at midnight and continue drinking on one of the greens until they pass out. But then they start to confess things to each other. Watch this scene.
How's the renovation going? I almost burned it down the other night.
Are you in trouble on it? What?
I honestly can't tell. We've got rooms in this house we've never even used. Now we're building more. Grace spends too much. I spend too much. It's like a bodily function at this point. We eat, we drink, we buy all this shit. And then we talk about the shit we bought, and then we talk about other shit we're gonna buy, and then we go buy that. And sometimes I just walk around the house and I just look at the sheer volume of shit we have, and it fucking mystifies me. I mean, when did we become these people? You know, like when did our lives get so empty? And we have to constantly stuff them full of all this shit. I don't know what happened to me.
I don't think any of us do, buddy.
So essentially what Barney is saying is that he has all of this wealth surrounding him, and the only thing he can do is buy more stuff. He has rooms in his house that he's never even used. He has material objects in his house. He doesn't even know how they got there. And he's fed up with himself. He spends too much money. His wife spends too much money. There are no controls. And he fills his emptiness with alcohol and cocaine. But imagine being the kids of these parents. That's the whole point of this. That's why I'm tying all of this together. The headline from The Federalist. what you're seeing on these campuses, how Trump is cracking down. But always go to the source. All Trump can do is fix the symptoms. He can't fix the root causes because the root causes are in the homes. During the Holocaust, a famous psychiatrist neurologist named Viktor Frankl was in Auschwitz and Dachau. What he observed when he was there, that the physically strongest men with the weakest characters were the first to succumb to the Nazi atrocities. But ironically, the weaker men physically, with stronger characters, with stronger value systems, survived a lot longer, to the extent that that was possible. So Viktor Frankl, after the Holocaust, and by the way, he was originally from Vienna, he wrote a very famous book called Man's Search for Meaning. And he invented a new psychotherapy called logotherapy. In Latin, logo means meaning. So he would teach his patients how to develop meaning in their lives. If you don't have meaning in your life, you're going to end up like Barney and Coop, drunk in the middle of the night, wondering, how did we get here? Why are our lives so empty? But the whole point is, if you have an empty life, imagine how empty the lives of your children will be. And as I said before, who's going to fill that void in your children? Radical professors. They are doing it, and they're not going to stop doing it until they are defunded to the point where either the schools collapse or they fire all of the radical professors. And that's really it. So every time you see another riot on a college campus, just remember Barney and Coop sitting on that green in the middle of the night, wondering why their lives are so empty. And then maybe that will inspire you to look at these riots, this radicalism, in a different way. This is Marc Rudov at marcrudov.com. Until next time.